Jingle bells, blackburn smells, Robin flew away. Uncle Billy lost his way. Family channel, Adam. It's family channel. Come on. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Adam's Eats. Now, tomorrow's Monday, filming this video on a Sunday, and tomorrow we're having a Works Christmas buffet. Do it every year. Basically everyone just kind of brings in what they want, they make something. Now me obviously being the famous YouTube cook that I am, I'm going to make something. So I'm going to make something simple, tasty, great finger food, and that's my garlic, parmesan and rosemary chicken wings. Now I don't care who you are, alright? Everyone loves a chicken wing. I mean, I think probably vegetarians miss them a bit. I mean, they're just so good. But these aren't any old chicken wings. Oh no. What we're going to do is we're going to fry them off till they're nice and crispy, and then we're going to coat them in a really nice buttery, parmesan, garlicky and rosemary sauce. Really, really simple, packed full of flavour, and it's going to be great. But as with most recipes, we need to do a bit of prep, so we're going to sort these chicken wings out. But before we do that, if you look down below in the description, you can get a list of the ingredients you need, and also if you press pause now, you can get a list of them there as well. So if you get your face down here, I'll show you what to do. Right, so let's sort these wings out then. Really, really simple. I've done the rest here, but I've just left one just so I can show you what to do. Now normally when you buy wings, they come in one piece like that, and we need to separate them into the drumette and the flat, okay? And it's really simple to do. Sometimes you'll find that they have a little tip just on the end of the wing. You really need to cut that off because it doesn't add any flavour, there's no meat on it, and they just burn. So really simple then, just taking a knife, you need to feel with your finger the joint, okay? Just where the chicken wing is. You need to feel for where that joint is, and all you do is just take your knife and just cut just down through the joint, okay? Just like that, until you end up with two pieces. So here we've got the flat, chuck that in the bowl, and there we've got the drumette, chuck that in the bowl as well. And once you've prepped the wings, we now need to season them up. Now I've got 2 kilograms worth of wings here. You don't have to have that many, but I'm feeding quite a lot of people, but you can scale this recipe down. But let's be honest, can you have too many wings? I don't think that's a thing. So I've got some pepper here. Just going to go in with a nice big generous pinch, or 2, or 3, and again with some salt. And I'm just going to add some plain flour. You don't need a lot, maybe a couple of tablespoons, maybe 3, because all we're doing is lightly coating the wings. We don't want like a thick kind of batter on it, we're just going to lightly dust them. So once you've added your flour, you need to get your hands in there and mix everything together. You know, you just want to make sure those wings are nicely coated in all that seasoning. Now you need to heat your oil to around about 375 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 190 degrees centigrade. Don't be an idiot like me, get a thermometer, get your oil to the right temperature. You know, don't wing it like I am. And once you've got it nice and hot, we're going to get the wings in. Be careful not to overcrowd the pan because they'll boil rather than fry. You know, if you've got a lot of wings like I have, then, you know, just do it in batches. Now you need to cook those wings for about 8 to 12 minutes. It just kind of depends on the size. You'll know when they're about ready because they'll start to float to the top and they'll be a lovely golden brown. So whilst the wings are frying, we can get on and make the sauce. Right, so let's crack on with the sauce. Really simple to make. I've got some garlic, I've got some parmesan, I've got some rosemary, and I've got some butter. Make sure the butter is unsalted, because obviously we've got salt in the chicken, and we can adjust the seasoning if we want to. So I'm just going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to add half of this block, which I know might seem like a lot, but remember we've got quite a lot of chicken wings here. Let's get that chopped in half. Okay, and I'm just going to roughly cut it into chunks, just to help it melt better. Get that in there. Then we're going to take our rosemary and we're just going to strip off the leaves because you don't want the twigs in there, so we're just going to peel those off. Now remember, rosemary is a really, really powerful herb, so a little bit can go a long way. And what we need to do now is to really chop this rosemary nice and fine. And the reason we want it nice and fine is because it's quite a woody herb. You know, it's not like parsley where it's kind of soft. If you leave it kind of chunky, it's going to kind of be a bit of a horrible experience in the mouth. That's what she said. Okay, so once you've done that, you can add it to the butter. Next, we're going to take our garlic, and you want to finely mince this, okay? I'm using a microplane, but you know, you can kind of chop it, add a bit of salt, and then kind of smush it with the back of a knife. I've shown that in plenty of videos before. but a microplane or garlic press will do the same thing. And the reason we want it minced is because you don't want big thick chunks of garlic, because we want it to coat the chicken evenly. You know, if you've got big chunks in there, it's not going to do that. So I'm just going to grate this garlic. Again, this is personal preference. I really like garlic, so I'm going to add quite a lot. You know, if you're not so keen, add a bit less. I mean, I don't know how everyone feels at work, but oh well. And again, we can add that to the butter and the rosemary. So again, just using a grater or a microplane, just grate that Parmesan cheese. Okay, just like that. And we're going to get that into the pan as well. Okay, so once you've added all your ingredients to the pan, we're just going to put this onto a very low heat. We're just going to mix everything together and just keeping it on a low heat. We want to cook it until that butter is nice and melted. Okay, once the butter's melted, I'm just going to add another pinch of pepper, just for a bit of heat. I'm not going to add any salt because we added plenty to the chicken wings. And all I'm going to do is just to let that butter just kind of sizzle out for about 2 to 3 minutes so all those flavours can infuse. And then guys, we're ready to dress the wings. Right, so the sauce is done. Let's get on and dress these wings. Now I've cooked them all off, as you can see, and all I did was put them on a wire rack with some kitchen paper underneath just to catch the grease. And we're going to add these to this bowl, which is clean by the way, and then simply just take your sauce, just give it a bit of a mix, and just add about half now, because we've got quite a lot of wings here, so we need to make sure that it's evenly coated. Then just take a spoon and just start mixing it through. And the smell is amazing. I mean, it's like hot garlic, the butter, you know, that rosemary. It's going to add the rest of this sauce. Again, just mix them all through. And there we have it. That's the wings done. So I'm going to serve these up and we'll give them a taste. Right, so let's give these a try. Now, everyone's got kind of like their favourite part of the wing. Me personally, I like the flats. You might prefer the drumettes, but I just find that the flats just have a sweeter, nicer taste. So I'm going to go for one of those. Look at that. Let's bring you in closer. I mean, look how golden and delicious that looks. You want some? It's all for me. Right, let's dig in. There's nothing left to see here, folks. Go home, go to bed. I mean, that skin is so crisp, the meat is juicy. You get that wonderful salty Parmesan flavour, just a hint of rosemary, and then a good old smack around the face with that garlic. I mean, the temptation to just demolish the lot of these is overwhelming, and I can't because they're not all for me. I'm good to my work colleagues. I really am. Now, these are great on their own, but they're also fantastic served with like a ranch dressing, blue cheese sauce, just some sour cream even, or even some chili sauce as well. So that's up to you. You kind of have whatever sauce you like. But yeah, I guess these have got to go in the fridge, covered up, and I'll take them to work tomorrow. Hopefully I'll get a look in. Well, there we have it. Really, really simple. That's my garlic, Parmesan and rosemary chicken wings. Hope you enjoyed the recipe. If you did, then please stick a like down below. Share it across your social media platforms. And as always, if you stick around at the end, there'll be some links to some other videos. And if you'd like to subscribe, that'd be fantastic. I'm almost at 10K. I'm going to have some sort of celebratory live stream perhaps when that happens. And if you do subscribe, then be sure to click the little bell icon. That way you get notified of all my uploads. And I'll see all of your beautiful faces next time for more tasty fun and frolics. And bye for now.